back with album review.
What's up?
So what have you got for us this week?
So this week we have Revolver by the Beatles. So it's from 1966.
Turned 60 this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the main reason I picked it, I guess, for some background, is that I've just been deciding to listen to the Beatles' entire discography from the beginning because I'm surprised I've never done that until now.
Yeah.
So like on almost every album, there's a handful of tracks at least that I've never heard before. So
Yeah.
and I just was on Revolver and I thought that'd be a good album review suggestion. So
Yeah. I mean, I've been listening to the Beatles for probably, it's one of those bands I've heard as long as I can remember, honestly. Like,
yeah.
as long as I've been alive, the Beatles have sort of been there. And yeah, I guess context behind this album is, at the time, they were just kind of getting tired of doing the same poppy sound over and over again on their first run of albums, like the first 5 albums. So when Rubber Soul came out, which was the one before this one, they're like, let's start experimenting a little. So you have a mix of the classic, like, poppy love songs, and then you got some bangers in there, some crazy shit going on.
Yeah, it's a very mixed bag, honestly, as far as like genre-wise.
Yeah.
Super experimental for the time. For
Yeah.
sure.
Super influenced by people like Bob Dylan, so you have people like folk songs starting to be thrown into these albums too. And then this album is when they take the deep dive
Yeah, definitely.
into experimental and psychedelic music.
And that's another main reason I wanted to listen through their whole discography, just to see the evolution, kind of.
Yeah.
It's super interesting, and it's all like cutting edge for the time.
Yeah, this album did some crazy things for the time. So let's jump into these tracks.
First track is Taxman.
Yep, this is one of the ones that I've known for as long as I can remember. I really like this song.
This one's great. This was one of the tracks written by George Harrison,
Yeah,
and he sings lead on it.
one of my favorite George tracks on the album. Not my favorite one, but it's a really good one.
Yeah, it's super catchy.
Yeah.
Very good start to the album. for sure.
Yeah, I love the like commentary on taxes. It's like a goofy way of doing it, but still, it's pretty cool.
And apparently at the time, the tax rates in Britain were like ridiculous because apparently like 90% of it was being taxed, basically, of all the like money that they started making when they got popular.
Yeah,
And everyone like assumed that they were super rich, but this was basically him saying like, no, like most of it's being taken from us.
Yep.
They'll take anything they can get, basically, kind of thing.
man, why is that still relevant in the music industry too?
Yeah.
Yikes. What's the next track?
Next track's Eleanor Rigby.
Probably one of the big hits off the album.
Yeah, this was probably the first track that I was familiar with from this album.
Yeah, this is a really good one.
Yeah. It was like interesting because it was like Baroque pop, kind of.
Yeah.
It was like all. I think none of them actually played any of the instruments on this song. It was just an orchestra
Yeah.
with Paul's voiceover, and it was really interesting.
Yeah, and the song's just really good. It's one of the best songs on this album, I'll say.
Yeah. The lyrics too. I feel like
Very
You can-
depressing.
depressing, but you can really see a shift in like the way that they wrote, like the point of view that they wrote from, basically.
Yeah.
Because they used to always just write a lot of like first person, like I
Love songs
love you
and stuff
kind of
like
thing,
that.
and now it's like just telling stories that people tried to like piece together what it means, and like
Yeah.
it was really interesting for the time.
They completely changed their way of storytelling on this album.
Yeah, like this is when they started using a lot of fictional characters in their songs.
Yeah.
Which happens a lot later too in their music.
Mm-hmm.
The next track's I'm Only Sleeping.
I really like this song. It's a
This
nice
one's
chill
really good.
one.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. This one's super like adds to the psychedelic like themes of the album. For
Yeah,
sure.
and this was one of the very first songs to use like reverse music in it. Like, cause
Yeah.
like there's guitar licks that are just thrown in there that are played in reverse, which is
Yeah.
revolutionary for the time.
Yeah, that was crazy. And I like the background, like the ooze on the chorus. It
Yeah.
sounded really like dramatic. It was cool.
Yeah, like kind of like the vibe of you're just waking up from a crazy dream.
Yeah, you could feel like the sleep and dream like aspect of it, like the way the music felt.
Yeah,
And the next track is Love You Too.
probably my favorite George track on the album. I really love this song. This one is super psychedelic and experimental.
Yeah, this one had George playing the sitar on it, which
Yep.
is from his influence from
Indian
going
music.
to India at the time.
Yeah, a lot of Indian influence on this song, and I thought it was a fantastic song.
Apparently, actually the only instruments on the song were the sitar and Ringo on the tambourine.
Yep.
John and Paul didn't even play any instruments on it. But
Yeah, a lot of the sitar tracks are just like one, maybe two people doing it.
yeah, but again, it's super like trippy for the album. Like,
Yeah.
And then the next track's Here, There, and Everywhere.
Yeah, a bit of a slower one, but I really like this one too.
Yeah, this one was more of like a love song that's like pretty simple compared to some of the other songs.
Yeah.
But it was nice. I like the way he wrote it. Just like he always wanted to be with the person he was in love with. Like,
Yeah.
Wherever he was fine as long as he's with them. Like it was nice lyrics.
Yeah, it was nice. It was one of the like more meaningful love songs I feel like that they've written.
Yeah, like it was simple lyrics, yet it got the point across very well.
Yeah.
And then the next track is a very iconic one, Yellow Submarine.
Yep. Probably one of the first Beatles songs I've ever heard. This is probably
sure.
one of the first ones I remember hearing back in like kindergarten.
For sure, it probably is the first one that I knew was the Beatles.
Yeah.
At least, like Yellow Submarine.
Mm-hmm. And I do really like this track. I will admit it's kind of corny, but I do really like it.
It's definitely corny, but I feel like Ringo was the perfect person to sing that song out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like his voice just really suited it for some reason. He has a very like English country vibe. Like,
Yeah.
song.
He always gets that one song on each album.
Yeah.
And they're usually okay, but when he puts out a hit, it's a hit. This one I really like, but again, probably not one of my favorite tracks on the album, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. The next track's She Said, She Said.
This is another really catchy one. I like this one a lot.
This one was really good. Really good guitars on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I remember the lyrics on this one were pretty like trippy and confusing.
Mm-hmm. It's like an interesting argument going on between them.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a good one.
Oh yeah.
The next track, Good Day Sunshine.
Yeah, this is a very upbeat one. Probably one of the most like positive Beatles songs.
That I can think of, yeah. Just very super happy vibes. And then the end was kind of weird though. I noticed there was a weird like key change.
Yeah.
And then it kept repeating like the Good Day Sunshine, them like overlapping each other. It was weird. Like it's had a super happy sound the whole time, and then it sounded like they just tried to make you feel like weird at the end about it.
Yeah,
for some
very,
reason.
very like fake you out type of moment.
Yeah. The next track, And Your Bird Can Sing.
This is another one of the first songs off this album I heard, like way
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, this one I was familiar with.
I do really like this song. It's another simple one, but I really like it.
Yep.
I love the guitar in this song.
Yeah, the guitar solo on the outro I remember especially was really good.
Yeah.
But just a lot, again, great writing throughout the entire album by all the different Beatles. I think that one was a John Lennon one again.
Yeah, Lennon McCartney track. Like a majority of the tracks are.
Yeah. Next track, For No One. I really like this one a lot.
This one's really good. Another one of the big hits off this album.
Yeah.
I think this is a really good one. I love the story behind this track.
Yeah, this one was very well written, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like a heartbreak song.
Yeah.
Like, about someone's ex-girlfriend who's like completely over it already, and they're still like thinking about the good times with the ex, basically.
Yeah.
But it was very it was interesting because it had like a French horn solo. I remember.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and it sounded great on it.
Yeah,
honestly.
this is also when the Beatles just started, like with the sitar use earlier, they just started using different instruments.
Yeah.
They were tired of the same like shit do over and over again. Like they each started playing different instruments
Yeah.
and bringing new people into these albums, and it's what another magical thing about this album in particular,
For sure, yeah.
especially for the time.
Next track's Dr. Robert.
This is an interesting one.
This one's really interesting.
Yeah, that's another like character they've created. This guy's just a cool guy to hang out with and get the shit job done.
Yeah, and apparently this one was kind of like the meaning behind it was like drugs, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But like, because like John Lennon in later interviews, like I guess after the Beatles had already broken up, he said that Dr. Robert represented himself because whenever they were touring, he was the one that would have like the whatever they were taking, basically.
Yeah.
But
At the time, they enjoyed their fair dosages of pot.
yeah,
This is before the psychedelic era,
Mm-hmm.
despite the psychedelic influences on here.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that was another good one. It was pretty energetic.
Yeah, I liked it.
And the next track was I Want to Tell You.
This one's okay.
Yeah, this one was pretty good. This
Yeah.
was another George Harrison one.
Yeah, probably my least favorite Harrison track, but I do like it. Like it's
Yeah.
it's a nice song.
Yeah, I get like the idea behind it, like when you feel like you have a lot of things to say, but you don't even know what to say. Like, to
Yeah.
begin with. Next track, Gotta Get You Into My Life.
I like this one. This is a nice upbeat one.
Yeah, this one was really good, and this one was apparently covered by Earth, Wind and Fire Leader, which I'd never
Yeah,
heard.
I've heard the cover
I didn't know
too. That's also really good, but I like this version better.
that. Yeah, this was really good. There was like horns in this one again. It sounded really cool. And I think this one was actually about like marijuana as well. Apparently, because Paul apparently wrote this like a few months after being introduced to marijuana for the first time by Bob Dylan. So that's kind of what the secret meaning was behind
Interesting.
the song. Yeah. But this song, another thought I had about it was that it reminded me of like Chicago. Like,
Yeah,
the
very
sound.
much so.
Like I wonder if Chicago could have been influenced at all by stuff like this.
I
you
could
know?
see that. Like that big band kind of sound.
Yeah. And then the final track, Tomorrow Never Knows.
Which, wow, probably my favorite track off the album, or at least a top 3 one.
Yeah, probably the most impactful track, I would think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is the song that really showed their deep dive into psychedelia,
Yeah.
and I thought it was incredible.
Yeah, I thought this was a masterpiece. This was definitely the most psychedelic track on the album.
Oh yeah.
With a lot of crazy sound effects, a lot of backwards recording,
Mhm.
which was super new for the time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know, it was just like the things they were doing at the time, like studio wise, honestly, was what was really impressive. Like they had already done so many successful albums that staying in pop that they were like, let's just do weird stuff that we never thought of. Like,
Yeah. And also, they hated touring at this point. They were
Yeah.
so done with touring.
because people were too crazy about them, basically, that wherever they went, something would be an issue. Like,
Yeah, and they got much more joy later in these like studio session albums, more than just like stuff that they would make and then go play live.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. They didn't have to write it with the thought of, like, how are we going to play this in front of people?
Yeah.
So they could really stretch the limits.
Yeah. Shall we get to final thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was great, and listening to it for the album review lined up with my first time really listening to the album ever. So
It worked out.
yeah, it was a great listen, and there wasn't really a track on it that I didn't like. There's so many different things that you can find on this album, and it was like super good writing. And for this coming out in 1966 is crazy
Yeah.
because it ages so well for being 60 years old.
It sounds so good to this day.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I'll say it's a classic to me. And like, this is one of those albums that in recent years, at least online, a lot of people saying is like a top 3.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is, but it's a fantastic album. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's probably like in my top 5 for sure. I just don't know if it's one of my favorites because after this there's Sgt. Pepper's, which like you take the psychedelic and cool aspects of this album, times it by 5 and you get that.
Yeah.
Abbey Road, everybody knows Abbey Road. And even like the White Album's not as consistently good as this album, but it's just stacked with so many bangers. So it's hard once you get to the studio era of the Beatles, it gets really hard to say which one's the best. There's a few that are obviously not as good, but this is a fantastic one.
Yeah. There's really nothing bad you can say about this or any of the Beatles albums from this point on.
Yeah, I'd say so. Shall we go to scores?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a complaint with the album at all, and I am very glad that I listened to it. I think I'm gonna just give it a 10.
Success! Nice! Yeah, it's a fantastic listen. I think I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Like, it's not perfect to me. Like, some of the few songs towards the end, like, I don't dislike these songs at all, but, like, Dr. Robert is, like, good. I Want to Tell You is, like, good.
Yeah.
Like, they're not, like, blow me away good like a lot of the songs on this album are. Even, like, I love Yellow Submarine, but I will admit, it's not one of my favorites.
I get that, yeah.
But, fantastic album. I would say probably top 5 Beatles album for sure, and one of the best albums of the year.
For sure.
So, I'm picking this week. I'm going to do an artist that we somehow haven't done yet. And I'm not going to pick the big one. I'm going to do something a little more interesting. We're going to go with Diamonds and Pearls by Prince.
Oh.
This is after he left his first band and he started a group called the New Power Generation, which is some of my favorite Prince albums are from this generation. Not the the revolution with Purple Rain. I thought about picking Purple Rain, but I figured let's do something a little more interesting.
Hell yeah. Prince is someone that I've not listened to enough, so.
Yeah, that's how I was until I started listening to his music, and I was hooked from then. But yeah, let's tune in next week for Diamonds and Pearls.
Let's go.